This is a debrief of activity number 7, what is 3/4? In this activity, you are shown 10 representations of 3/4 given by students, and you are asked to explain the student's thinking. Some of these are fairly easy to explain, others we are probably just guessing what they were thinking. This diagram is an example of an area model. A shape is divided into equal parts, and certain parts are shaded to indicate a fraction. Here the circle is divided into 4 equal parts, and 3 of them are shaded, so this represents 3/4. This is an example of a set model. A portion of a collection of objects is shaded to represent a fraction. Here, 3 out of 4 shapes are shaded to represent the fraction 3/4. In this example, it is harder to understand what the student was thinking. One possible explanation is that 3/4 of the circles are not shaded. Another possibility is if we look at the 3 columns, in each column, one of the 4 dots is shaded, so each column could represent 1/4. So this could be 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, which would give us a total of 3/4. Again, these are just guesses of what that student was thinking. This is another example with multiple possible interpretations. 1/4 of the first square is shaded, and 1/2 of the second square is shaded, possibly to represent 1/4 plus 1/2 equals 3/4. Alternatively, if we look at the last square on the right, 3/4 of the square is to the right of the dotted line, and 1/4 is to the left. This might be an attempt at a set model, since 3 of the 4 shapes given are shaded. However, since the shapes do not have equal sizes, this can be misleading that we do not have 3/4 of the total area shaded here. However, if the diameter of the larger circle is exactly twice the diameter of the smaller circles, then the area of each smaller circle is 1/4 of the larger area, so together the 3 shaded ones would be 3/4 of the area of the larger circle. This representation shows approximately where the number 3/4 would lie in the number line. If we divide the interval from 0 to 1 into 4 equal parts, 3/4 would be the start of the last part, which is approximately where that dot is. 0.75 is the decimal equivalent of 3/4, since 3/4 is equal to 3 divided by 4, which is equal to 0.75. 3/4 is the answer to the following problem. I went to a store to buy 3 bottles of soda to divide equally among 4 people. How many will each get? We could take each bottle and divide it into 4 equal pieces for the 4 people. Each person would get 1/4 of that bottle. If we do that for each of the 3 bottles, a person would get 1/4 of the first bottle, 1/4 of the second bottle, and 1/4 of the third bottle, for a total of 3/4 of a bottle of soda. 3/4 is also the answer to the question, how many 4s are there in 3? For example, to find the number of 4s there are in 28, we would divide 28 by 4. 28 divided by 4 is 7, so there are 7 4s in 28. Similarly, to find the number of 4s in 3, we would divide 3 by 4. 3 divided by 4 is 3/4, so there's 3/4 of a 4 in 3. We can visualize this using the picture below. We have 4 objects. 3 of them are shaded in to represent 3. That isn't a whole 4. That's 3 out of the 4 parts that make up a 4, so that's 3/4 of a 4. So there's 3/4 of a 4 in 3. 18 out of 24 can be represented as the fraction 18/24. 18 is 3 times 6, and 24 is 4 times 6, so dividing the numerator and denominator by 6 yields an equivalent fraction of 3/4. So if we have 18 objects out of 24, that represents 3/4 of the objects. Our second unit for this course is on fractions. We'll be using a number of these representations and concepts in this unit.